Welcome to Accelerated Health Bites. I'm SaraBanta, and if you like what you hear today, please hit the subscribe button and share with those that may need my help. I'm only one person, but with your help, we as a team can help many others across the world accelerate their bodies, minds, and spirits and reach their optimal state of health. Today, I want to talk about how salt can help you lower your blood sugar and increase weight loss. And we've been on low salt diets, haven't we? We have mentioned before that we just need salt, period. The craze over the low salt diet goes back decades, but why? One of the main reasons behind sticking to a low salt diet is to lower heart disease and blood pressure, which are directly related to type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. But let's take a look at this a little more closely. In a study, one group had a salt-heavy diet and one had a salt-deficient diet. They measured insulin sensitivity. In the low sodium group, not only was there no significant change in blood pressure, but the fasting insulin level increased compared to the ones in the high sodium group. In the high sodium group, their blood sugar decreased. So what is the study showing? Sodium was shown to dramatically lower blood sugar and insulin and not affect the blood pressure. So why doctors are looking to sodium as the culprit of heart disease is because most people with heart disease are eating highly processed foods, including the wrong kinds of mineral depleted salt and inflammatory ingredients, including vegetable oils, and the combination of high carbohydrates, processed foods, cheap sodium and inflammatory oils that will cause heart disease and will also cause high blood pressure, diabetes, and other chronic diseases. Most people with one of these diseases usually has the other. So how can salt affect your sugar cravings? This is awesome. If you're depleted of sodium, it will actually evoke a process in the central nervous system that induces the motivation of a state to satisfy that sodium appetite. But where the messaging goes haywire is that the message can actually trigger a craving for sugar. Neurons start responding to sweets such as sucrose in response to the sodium cravings. And when you eat that sugar, your brain gets that signal, they're all mixed up, and it thinks that the salt cravings are satisfied. Just from doing this a couple times, your brain has created this weird habit loop of satisfying sodium needs with sugar cravings. Try it next time. Next time you crave some sweets, put a little of the accelerated ancient salt on your tongue and see what happens. Well, where salt goes, water goes. When you consume mineral depleted salt, and that is a key word, not the accelerated ancient salt that has all of the minerals still in it, but table salt. So those that are stripped of all of the other minerals in combination with the processed carbs, your body is going to reduce its production of urine and hold on to that water, and it will stay in the blood. As the water increases in the blood, the volume and the pressure of the blood increase. And this is why doctors think that lowering salt in your diet will reduce the blood pressure and the heart disease. In fact, it is the lowering of the processed foods, sugars, and carbs that will lead to lowering insulin and will in turn reverse that type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, heart disease, and high blood pressure. As you lower the carbs, increase the high quality mineral salt like the accelerated ancient salt, which contains over 60 natural minerals just beyond the sodium. Your appetite is satisfied and your cravings for sodium and sweets decrease and your body's replenished with plenty of sodium. How much salt do you need on a ketogenic diet? People say you do need a little more than when you're on a high carb diet. If you are following that ketogenic diet or a fasting protocol, you're most likely in a sodium deprived state. When you are on a low carb diet or intermittent fasting, your kidneys release that water and salt. And where water goes, salt goes. So this is due to the fact that when insulin is suppressed, the kidneys are told to release that extra sodium. And on the contrary, when you're eating that high carb diet, which is full of all the wrong kinds of salt, absence of the other minerals, the kidneys will retain water and cause bloat, water retention, and a backup. Therefore, if you are following that keto or low carb diet, it is imperative to increase your sodium and your total mineral intake with the proper salt. And if you experience sugar cravings or salt cravings, you're more likely needing more salt. It's recommended that you consume 1 to 6 teaspoons a day. What's the best source of salt? Well, let's look at all of them. Iodized salt. Sodium from iodized salt or from restaurant food makes things so much worse. Not only are those salts full of microplastics, but they're also missing the other essential minerals, and you'll become more bloated in the gut and in the face, experience that edema or retain excess water. And these salts are not repleting you with the proper sodium. So is sea salt better? Well, yeah, it's better than iodized salt, but it still only has iron and zinc and a few of the trace minerals, not the total spectrum. Pink Himalayan salt, a little better. This is better, but most sources are actually lying whether they are pink Himalayan salt or not, and you just don't know what they contain. That is why I always trust the accelerated ancient salt. There's over 600 minerals that we need in it. And it also has no chemicals, plastics, or toxins in it. It contains that full spectrum. And beyond that, it is scalar charged with frequencies to detox the body from radiation and from heavy metals. And no salt comes close to this. Also, it tastes phenomenal. Once you taste it, you will not go back to another kind of salt. So how do we improve our insulin sensitivity and satisfy our cravings? Number one, of course, the accelerated ancient salt. You can just put a pinch of it on your tongue and your cravings and appetite are suppressed and your blood sugar is lowered. It is raw, unbleached, unheated, unrefined ancient seabed and sea salt. And you will not have tasted a better one. And those scalar frequencies detox the body. It helps with alleviating nausea, lowering blood sugar, lowering sugar cravings. And also, if you have someone that's in a diabetic crisis and their blood sugar is skyrocketing, put a little of the accelerated ancient salt on their tongue or in some water and give it to them. It will lower their blood sugar. Next, Acceleradine iodine. Iodine has been shown to decrease insulin needs in diabetics in addition to improving thyroid health. The thyroid is the master endocrine gland and controls blood sugar. Acceleradine is the only iodine that is 100% absorbed by the cells, whereas most iodines only have 10 to 20% absorption. And like the salt, it's enhanced with scalar frequencies to detox the cells from radiation and heavy metals. Next is the accelerated keto. This is not only going to lower your insulin resistance and blood sugar, but it provides the sustained physical and mental energy, suppresses appetite and cravings, converts that fat to energy efficiently, and improves your metabolism. Accelerated keto includes additional fat-burning ingredients that defat that liver, and no other keto supplement does this. It's lipotropic, meaning it breaks down those saturated fats into the unsaturated fats. So what else does it contain? It contains HMB, which directly is related to preventing muscle loss while losing body fat. No other supplement does this. It helps with the kidneys letting go of that water weight and reduces overall edema and inflammation. Next, the ketone. This is almost the exact ratio of minerals found in your personal blood plasma. That's why your body loves it so much. It helps restore the homeostasis and natural rehydration as it supplies that total ionic mineral to the extracellular fluid. Furthermore, it supports normal cellular osmosis and digestion and promotes the hydrochloric acid in the stomach that is so important for digesting your food. Next, hydrogen water. We hear about all these types of different waters, but the active H2 hydrogen water tablets help decrease blood sugar levels, bad cholesterol, and it's anti-inflammatory. It is the most powerful antioxidant available. It helps increase mental and physical energy. And lastly, the Wild Lytes. This is a supplement that goes beyond the scope of a simple electrolyte formula, and it helps with daily stress, inflammation, adrenal fatigue, immune disruption at the cellular level, and provides that foundation for whole body health. It also provides the electrolyte supplements, the detoxification. It helps with the detoxification pathways, muscle cramping, fatigue, and so much more. What I like to drink in the morning when I do my workout is in 32 ounces of spring water. I put a tablet of the H2 active tablet, a scoop of the Wild Lytes, and then I use one of the ketones on my tongue away from my workout drink. And then I add 1 to 2 teaspoons of the accelerated ancient salt. I put a little apple cider vinegar in there, a little stevia, and some ice, and it tastes so good. And I feel amazing. There's no need for coffee for my energy. So there you go. Thanks for joining me today. And remember to hit the subscribe button and share with a couple others that may need my help as we talk about changing the world together. We can do it with your help and not just me. Be sure to listen to my interviews on Accelerated Health Radio and TV, where I and my guests share their cutting edge modalities to optimize their health and accelerate their bodies, minds, and spirits. See you in the next episode of Accelerated Health Bites.